Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us in the Cannabis Pharmacy studio. I am co-founder Josh Kent. We are starting a podcast series here with some of our top performing pharmacists. I have the luxury this morning of introducing Chirag Patel from the Carolina Pharmacy Group. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for joining us and taking a few minutes out of your busy morning to tell us a little bit about your cannabis program and how the Cannabis Pharmacies helped you a couple different ways you can share with us. So thanks so much.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your program, kind of just to give some of our listeners an idea who we're talking to.
Yeah, we are a group of independent retail pharmacies in the Charlotte, North Carolina and South Carolina area. Much like most independent pharmacies, we offer prescription services and, of course, I've been doing CBD sales and education for a few years now.
Awesome. And about how long have you guys been with us?
Looking back, I think it's definitely pre-COVID, almost like 6-7 years.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, you guys have been great students to our program and listening to some of our training and education and marketing materials that we provide. Tell us a little bit about maybe some of the success you've had with some of the products that we offer. Maybe there's a particular product you'd like to highlight or a success story with a patient you'd like to share with us.
Sure. We offer a wide range of CBD. Of course, we used to carry a lot of different stuff, and through your tutelage, we've kind of narrowed it down to SKUs that are more successful and useful to our patients for efficacy and what they're using them for. In terms of products, we really lean towards a lot of the gummies, to be honest with you now. They're easy to take, they're tastier and easier to provide to patients in terms of what they're using them for. And we do offer, like I said, a lot of other stuff as well, but those tend to be our best products. And it's perfect because we can use those for people as young as, let's say we have a kid almost 4 years old using them.
Absolutely.
All the way up to, we have a patient who I know off the top of my head is 95 who uses them. She
that's fantastic.
Has like a few teeth, and so she can still take the gummies,
Yeah, we found that 70% of consumers will start by taking a gummy just because it's familiar. Over 50% of consumers take a gummy daily. So we do recommend for most of our pharmacies that you do stock a large selection of gummies through our educational program. As we've taught you, there are some tinctures, there's some capsules, topical products that are also real beneficial to the patients as well.
Yep.
So tell us maybe a success story, maybe somebody that's come in and said, hey, I took this product, I took this gummy, and this is kind of what I experienced. We feel like when we share the success stories of some of the patients to the pharmacists, it really helps them engage with the program.
Yeah, I think this is really easy to answer because we get asked this a lot by our patients. Like, do you have anyone else who uses it? And I think even when we first started with you, we're a little skeptical of CBD. And our patients generally come in who've never tried it but heard of CBD, ask about what it is it legal, and all those things.
Sure.
So two particular stories I can tell you real quick off the top of my head is one, we've had a military veteran who has PTSD, has tried every single sleep or anxiety medicine.
Sure.
None of them work, still has his stuff. We put him on some of our sleep gummies, and he kind of played around with the dosing, found the one that works, and doesn't have to take his prescription one now anymore, which is a narcotic. Awesome. So that really helped out. So he's been a loyal customer for a while. He picks up a lot and has told all his other friends as well. Another example I can give you is we work with a lot of assisted living facilities where you wouldn't necessarily think that they would want all this stuff, but we went in there and educated them, did a big seminar, and a lot of them have sleeping issues, a lot of them have osteoporosis, and we have products for both of those things. But what we were able to do for this lady, one particular lady I could think of, was she was, had trouble keeping weight on. So we put her on some of the Delta 8, and it actually helps increase her appetite. And so she doesn't need it. And
Awesome.
Even from that, we've been able to kind of figure out, hey, there's another business model for this. We've gone to hospices, and hospices, exactly what that is a lot of people who have issues keeping their weight on. So instead of taking a prescription for that, they take this, and it's worked wonders.
Those are fantastic stories. We hear a lot of those. Would you say that the THC, Delta 8, and Delta 9 gummies are probably what you sell the most of?
I would say, I believe yes. We think it's just a certain type of patient, but then when people come in and try it, and there's so many different reasons they can use it, it's not just for, thinking outside of the box and being creative, but also the appetite, for relaxation, for even some of our patients take it for sleep instead of the sleep gummies. So wide range of uses.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we see a ton of response with the pain patients and the sleep patients with those Delta 9 and Delta 8 gummies, which is great. So we do work really hard to try to provide marketing material. Your program has done fantastic with that, with the custom brochures, with the signage outside, promoting the products to the patients, putting bag stuffers in the bags. Do you find that those marketing materials are beneficial to you to kind of help your patients get the word out?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way in our stores we can touch every single one of our patients, and everybody has generally heard of CBD. But until you have those first dialogues or conversations with your patients
Right.
about it, it really opens up the door for them to ask you questions. So this is a way for us to put this in literally every prescription bag and then let them come back to us with questions rather than us having to go talk to every single person. We know in the pharmacy world, it's not necessarily easy to touch everyone because some come through drive-through, some are delivery, and some are just quickly you want to get out of there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we provide all the marketing materials for free for all of our pharmacists. We find it's important to help engage with the patients, even some ones that have questions that don't really want to ask the questions, but they'll take some of the brochures home. So we found that's a really effective way. You were also really great with setting up a training with your pharmacy staff members where you got all your pharmacists together and had them come out for 2 hours and we came in and did a training. We feel like that's really beneficial. Do you think you got something out of that for your staff members?
Yeah, that was amazing. I think that's really what kickstarted our program because I believe in having buy-in with our staff. And if I'm asking my staff to sell a product, if they've never tried it or don't really
Sure.
understand what we're selling, well, they're not going to be good salespeople or be able to help my patients with it. So yeah, we did, I think we've done a few different trainings with you, but
Yep.
to be able to touch all the staff and be able to have initial training, get questions after that, and come back and do it again, it's been great.
Yeah, and that's why your group is a little more engaged than some of the other groups too, is because they actually are interested and they've taken that extra time to do the training as well. We do provide a ton of samples for your groups too as well. I think that's important for them to try it, right?
For sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So would you recommend this program to other pharmacists? Do you feel like this is an extra added value to your revenue stream in the pharmacy? Or tell us a little bit about some of maybe the revenue that this program has helped generate for the pharmacies.
Sure. So I would say in our world, independent pharmacy, and if there's other, independent pharmacy owners out there, we're always looking for other revenue streams because as we know, and I've used this example before, the pharmacies are like gas stations. We make money on everything but the gas, the prescription.
Right.
Reimbursement is really, really poor. So for pharmacies that are not selling CBD, you're missing out on a big chunk of revenue. And of course, this is money that's coming to us right away. We're not having to wait through insurance 2 to 6 weeks for those things.
Sure.
So yeah, the gross margins of profits on these things are great. I mean, percentages can be up to 100% for things, and depending on how you
Sure.
price them out. Between our stores, we're doing about $5,000 in sales per week, and like I said, we're just scratching the surface with this. We think we should be able to double or triple this with just more training, more better understanding from our patient base, better marketing out there as we kind of move along in time.
And that's great revenue. That's $10,000 profit for a pharmacy, which is awesome. I think that can definitely add to anybody's bottom line,
Yeah.
even a larger pharmacy group or even a smaller group. A lot of our pharmacies do between $500 and $2,000 a month in sales. Some of the pharmacies that do a little bit better and lean into the program can have more success as well. So congratulations to you guys for doing so well with the program and listening and carrying the broad selection of products that we recommend and using the marketing materials that we provide for you. Do you have anything else you want to share with us today, or maybe any other pharmacy listeners out there before we let you go?
Yeah, I would say, there's always some skepticism of this, and you're afraid to start from the beginning, but you have to start somewhere. Just putting
Sure.
some of these products, leaning into you with your expertise, or even, reaching out to us. We're more than welcome to kind of be a referral program for
Sure.
your pharmacy owners because we've been where they've been, and we understand the challenges that we face. And like you said, $10,000 a month pays for our pharmacists. So you
Yeah.
you know that's a big chunk of change. But at the bottom, of all of this is that we don't like to just advocate things that don't help our patients. These products genuinely help people. We're taking people off
Sure.
narcotics and things of that sort that they don't want to be. And we've just had nothing but positive things said about this program, including with doctors that want to actually have us educate them now, and they're sending us
Yes.
patients across. So not only are we getting new patients coming for CBD, we're getting their prescriptions from it as well now. So it's working in other ways.
Yeah, that's just tremendous to hear. We're really excited to be a part of that and to help any way we can. Thanks so much for taking just a few minutes to share some of your story. To all the listeners out there, again, this is Chirag Patel with Carolina Pharmacy Group out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks so much, Chi, for sharing your story today. And to all the listeners out there, we're going to be sharing more videos of our top leading pharmacists. So stay tuned, and thanks for listening. Have a great week.
Thanks, Josh.
See ya.